We are back for another chat with the artist that we have been looking forward to for a few weeks now.
Tonight, we've got a grind band from Bay City, Michigan, originally signed to Ferret Records.
They have released 2 full-length studio albums, Parasite in 2007 and Intervals in 2008.
In November of 2022, the band released their first new song in 14 years titled Hey Look, No Crying, and released a new record called Distractions this past February.
We are pumped to welcome See You Next Tuesday. Gentlemen.
Sorry, we're kicking some dogs out of the room.
Hi.
Start out with dog removal.
Too many puppies.
No, we just have one dog. You got your dog? Is Frank in the room?
He's sitting right next to me.
Hi, Frank. Hazel says
I
hi.
don't
So we
think
got the
he heard
band
you.
and all the dogs. So what's up, guys? How we doing tonight?
Good.
Great.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on. We're really stoked about it. When my friend was hitting me up, Josh, who had messaged you guys, he was like, "You guys want to talk to them?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure," and and it didn't take very long. So I appreciate you guys coming on. We got the whole crew, don't we?
Yeah,
Yep.
just so
We'll come on you whenever you want.
Do what now?
What? Anyway.
So you guys released some stuff early this year. You guys just started making moves, releasing stuff this week. You guys had a lapse from, what was it, 2009 to 2015? In 2015 to now, how much have you guys done? The one question I wanted to ask, because we haven't talked to too many people that were going through the period, but did you guys have any point during this whole 3 years of craziness to where you guys were like, fuck, this is never going to happen again?
Are you talking about COVID?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh no, we were inactive at best during COVID. So,
All right.
I mean, we got back together in 2015. We had a couple festival opportunities, nothing severe, and it was really just Fox.
Severe.
What was that? Severe. I don't know.
Severe?
I don't know, man. And nothing. You put a word there? Nothing crazy.
Good.
We didn't get very far with it. Let's put it that way. Not a lot of dedication. You know what I mean? Like the first time we got together was our last bass player, Josh, and then Rick kind of came back on board.
I got browbeaten to coming back, so
That was like what, 2018,
2017.
2017, and then we did that Wax Vessel release, and that was probably like the most action the band has had since 2009. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't until after COVID really that distractions started in the background. So to answer your question, we didn't do absolutely anything during COVID except for fucking exactly what everyone else did. Either sit at home or work too much. One of the two.
Yeah, just rot either way, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
I gotta say though, before the vinyls, dude, those things are sick. They came out
Oh, thank you.
really, really awesome. All the artwork came out. It's so cool.
Fox had a lot to do with that. So thanks, Fox.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
everybody.
I guess I started writing Distractions right at the end of 2020. It was around Christmas time of 2020. During COVID for me, I was stuck working 70 hours a week as a mailman, and like I was on the verge of losing my insanity. And my wife basically forced me to treat myself to a guitar, and I hadn't really played a lot of electric at the time. I was mostly doing acoustic stuff or random other shit. I was playing upright bass in a jazz band, just not metal stuff at all. And yeah, she basically was like, get a guitar and stuff, and someone going through their junk drawer or something.
I'm pouring myself some
Pickle
adult
vodka.
beverages. You fucking know it, dude.
Dude, Fox, is there any way you could like turn it down?
Can I what?
But it's so loud.
I'm so loud?
Yeah, dude, it's like crackling my speakers when you talk. Yeah.
If Frank's like, yeah, I can turn down. Goodbye.
Did I answer
What's the question?
I think he asked when I started writing Distractions, and in which case, December of 2020.
The spicy boy.
That's a spicy pickle.
I tried to get Rick to drink, but he wouldn't.
I drank 2 beers already.
That's nothing. This guy talks about drinking 45 beers in 8 minutes.
I mean, I'm trying to be professional.
45 beers in 8 minutes, huh?
I mean, more or less. It's fine.
You won't do it.
Oh,
That's why they call him dangling steak.
Jesus Christ.
Put some stink on your hang low.
I hope you know we're not going to be serious at any point during this podcast.
that's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
We are completely
Cool.
fine with we don't need seriousness. One of my old drummers used to say, "No fucking smiling or I'm firing you."
Whoa.
That's not us. They're fucking laughing on stage as a whole.
It's supposed to be a good time.
I do a lot of counting.
Accounting?
Yeah, he's balancing his fucking checkbook.
Basically, you see what I do up on stage?
That's what all those knobs are for. It's an abacus.
You're a knob.
It's basically accounting. Playing guitar for Phoenix Tuesday is basically accounting.
I mean,
Accounting?
You got to get a desk, sit in a
He
suit.
does have one.
Have the
I do
guitar.
have like a little stand-up desk nowadays. Yeah, it's filled with gizmos and
calculators,
and
nerd shit.
Like from Gremlins?
no, like the candy bar.
Yeah, fuck it. What? What was it like being on Ferret back in the day?
Wonderful.
Great.
Great, perfect.
It was awesome. Thanks for asking.
No, it was fucking fantastic. Ferret was fucking dream come true for the most part, you know? Like, so many bands that I idolized back then. I mean, Poison the Well is one of my favorite bands of all time, and we got to release an album the same day as them on the same label. So it was fucking insane.
Fuck
That's
I
That's
remember
awesome.
I remember getting like the email. I don't even remember how it all came. Well, because like MySpace was like the point of contact for everyone back in 2007 or whatever that was. 2000. When did we sign? It was 2007.
It was 2006.
2006,
It was
right?
right after
I joined like 2 months after.
Oh yeah. Bye Hazel.
She was sick.
Bye, Dougie.
I remember like getting the email, and I called our bass player at the time, which was Travis Martin. He was like he was the workhorse. He was the one that toured with us that whole time back in the early days. But I remember calling him and being like, "Hey, dude, so you know the label Ferret?" And he's like, "I can look around the room right now and I have 3 posters on my wall that are Ferret bands. What about them?" I'm like, "Oh, well, they offered us a record deal." So it was an awestruck moment for sure,
Yeah, truly. Like, some of my favorite bands were on there. It was weird. Wasn't Zayo on there for like a stint?
I
don't
think
know.
so. At one point,
Yeah, they were.
I thought they were for like a record or 2. It's just time. Who fucking knows?
It could have been.
and especially big bands in the area that we're from in New England, like, you know, you'd Kill Switch on there, bands that are just like off the charts, like In Flames. And man, I'm just looking at the list of the bands that were on there. The Banner still slaps. They smack.
We just got to play with them again a few months ago. Well, on the record release stint we did.
Oh, really?
They got to hop on our New York show. And it was because we did I think our last tour, was that our last tour? No. We did like a Ferret Young Guns tour with them back in 2008, I think.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, because it was Elysia just put out a record, and we had just put out Intervals.
Yeah,
So it was
on there.
in that vein of within the first few months of Intervals coming out.
Yeah, I think they had just put out Frailty as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love the Banner. They're our homies forever.
For sure. Love those dudes. And like Life Once Lost was on. I mean, Every Time I Die was on.
Every Time I Die, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big one for sure.
Scarlet. Ooh.
Yeah, we actually
Scarlet
recorded the first record with Andreas from Scarlet.
Oh, that's what's up. I mean, you look at the bands that were on it, and you're like,
everything that was awesome for sure.
Yeah, everything that was in my CD book, you know, in your car. How'd that come about? Did you guys like? Because obviously, you didn't just randomly get like a message through MySpace.
Basically, yeah. Well, like, I mean, we were out there working though. I mean, during the MySpace days, it was you were able to tour DIY pretty easily. Like, it was the first time the world opened up and had like a community where bands could communicate. You know what I mean? It was legit like the first stepping stone to social media. And yeah, I mean, we booked full on tours. I think by the time Ferret approached us, we had done 3 full US tours, 100% booked through show trades, through MySpace contacts. That's it. Like, we would just, you know, offer a band a trade. You know, we would find a random city on the routing. You know, we got to get to California, so here's the states that are in the way. And it's just like, okay, in Denver, we'd look at shows going on in Denver, and we'd find a sick band. I mean, that's how like we found out about bands too. I mean, like I remember finding Destroyer through trying to find a show trade. We were heading to Texas, and we stopped in Oklahoma City, and I remember talking to Jamie on MySpace and just being like, "You dudes are sick. If you ever tour, we have a venue. It's our garage. It's Rick and I's venue. It's the Very Awesome Garage, aka the Vag." And yeah, I mean, we would message, you know, 100 bands and fill 30 days and
go
and just fucking hit the road. So yeah, we did 3 tours by that time. We had played California twice, a handful of small stints and just random shit. And I mean, we toured with some up and coming bands too. You know, we did a run with Heavy Lolo. We did a run with Robinson. We did a couple runs with them.
We did some shows with Great Redneck Hope.
Yeah, Tower Rome. We did a few things with. So I mean, like, a lot of the bands that were also up and coming. Number 12 Looks Like You. A lot of those bands we just started playing shows with, and I think there was like this point. I want to say it was Victory Records that first did it. Like, they snagged a mirror and just like gave middle fingers to everybody because they knew that was going to make the most money out of anybody. And they're true because Mirror still makes fucking money, but like these labels just started cherry picking bands. You know what I mean? And you know, Metal Blade got Job for a Cowboy, and Ferret got us. So, you know,
the story that I remember hearing is that Mark Shapiro saw you guys at Dirt Fest and told Carl about it. Is that right?
It might have been.
remember.
I don't recall
'Cause
that.
that was my last show.
I
at that
remember.
Fest.
I remember somebody contacting us. I can't remember who, but somebody on MySpace had reached out to us and said that a label had interest in us, and I shared our band's email, and then like in a few days, I received an email from Carl at Ferret, and it was just like, hi, I'm Carl from Ferret Records. I see you guys do your thing, and yeah, it was very professional.
I
Hi, I'm
remember like,
Carl.
you props too for a little bit.
Yeah. But like the summer sampler, that 3-song sampler, like I pressed those myself, like I ordered them from some plant and put those little things together, and we went out and sold a bunch of those things. And I remember when Carl emailed us, he had said that he acquired a copy of that. And he's like, "You guys are from Michigan. I'm over here in New Jersey, and I'm getting a copy of this given to me." And so I think a lot of it just had to do with our,
work ethic.
Work ethic, yeah, exactly.
I also told every scene girl that would listen that we sounded like Taking Back Sunday, and I'd sell them the fucking EP.
Right. I mean, it was pretty colorful.
Perfect.
That's such a good tactic.
You guys must be a cousin band.
Tuesday, Thursday.
Same name practically.
There's this one time that we're on tour in Quebec. Rick was still in the band, and there's these 2 little scenester girls that were French, and they were talking to French and like clearly talking about us. And at the time, Rick and I were
French.
talking to French. At the time, Rick and I were damn near fluent in Pig Latin. Man, we threw those girls for a loop.
Is that those chicks who are like, nice shoes, want to fuck?
Jesus Christ.
That sounds like the South. Man, we got a shirt order from Alabama last night. The dude's name was Billy Williams.
Sick.
That means his name is William Williams.
Bill.
Williams.
Jesus.
Williams.
You guys just shouted him out. That's awesome.
Yo, BB.
Thanks, Billy Williams from Birmingham, Alabama. Man, we played Alabama this one time. This is like the coolest food story that I've ever told. We get to this like house. It was on the job it was Attila. We're on tour Attila. And we get to this like house, and it was like this pole barn. It was a legit venue, but it was like this mom and pop, like this old couple that just like wants to do something for the community. So they started booking shows, and it turned into a venue, and they get real touring bands through this place. So anyway, we're just hanging out there, and like there's a house and then the pole barn, and this dude shows up in like a big ass fucking pickup truck and has a barrel and a big one of those big oil barrels, and it's in the back of his pickup. He rolls up, gets this thing out, and like starts a fire and throws this grill over top of it, and has like 4 or 5 of these giant coolers. And out of the cooler, he pulls out these giant fucking shark steaks, and he starts telling the story to me that earlier that morning he harpooned a fucking blue shark, chopped it up, and brought it to the show because he thought he could make a few bucks. It was charging $5 for like this pound of char grilled blue shark that was caught that morning. It was literally the most delicious thing I've ever eaten.
This is when we were on tour with Attila?
Yeah. It was yeah.
Dude, I don't remember any of this. I must have been fucking waiting.
I only remember stuff when it's tied to food though. So like
That's actually true.
Yeah.
So.
But man,
We had an episode where we talked about some stuff that we've eaten that was questionable.
Yeah.
Like,
oh
Just-
yeah.
That sounds
know.
lovely compared
All
to
I do is eat
Yeah.
questionable food, guys.
True. My man lives on Long John Silver's, and it's fucking gross.
oof.
Not true at all. It's so yummy.
No.
just hush puppies.
I'm actually for that.
All you can eat Sundays.
Yeah, it's,
$12.99.
yeah. Are we going tomorrow? It's all you can eat Sundays.
You guys
at,
can go.
Long John's. There's a Baskin Robbins door too,
I
so we
don't
can
need
just
to have diarrhea
we
for a
can put the
month.
work in.
Damn, you guys gonna do Long Johns and Baskin Robbins? That is one hell of a bang bang, dude.
Here's the thing: is that's not unusual for me to do that. But I also smoke a ton of pot and live in the middle of nowhere. So, like, what else? What else am I gonna do?
Fair argument.
Yeah.
I can't argue that.
Yeah,
Also.
I live in a tiny little city. Like, I don't even call it a city. It's got a city in its name. It's called Bay City.
It's a city.
I
There's
guess.
buildings. There's people.
There are buildings and people.
Long John Silver's is here.
God willing.
We have culture, people.
Yes. Yeah. I haven't been to a Long John Silver's in a long time. I don't even know where I could find one in my neck of the woods, man.
So good. I don't know.
Last time I had one was probably in
It's not
like
deep fried
Nashville.
Food? Is that what it is?
Told you that. I don't eat that shit no more. I'm probably sensitive.
I know. I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, but I can't help it. Stuff that's deep fried just tastes better. Literally anything.
That is true.
That is
I mean,
true.
you ever had like a deep fried Mars bar? That shit's unreal.
No, but now I want this.
It's a carnival thing up here in the Michigan land. I'm sure Ohio.
That's sick.
They do like a batter fry, like dip, like a corn dog.
Yeah.
Baby.
And then they deep fry that, so then it's like the Mars bar inside this like sweet breaded fried deliciousness. It's unreal.
That does sound good.
Christ.
I'm sorry, I took edibles before we started this thing. So now
All
I'm just
good.
talking about food.
I mean, I
Sick.
could talk about food probably for 45 minutes. Dan, have you ever tried the deep fried pizza at the Big E?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
I-
No, I never went to the Big E.
Oh, fuck, dude.
How do you
Now I want deep fried anything. Missed the carnivals. I missed the fair season.
Yeah, for real.
Let me get out of my stomach right now thinking about that. Going from Ferret, now you're on Good Fight,
Right.
correct? And
Correct.
that's same owner, right? That's
Yeah,
Ferret.
that's Carl and Rick. From Ferret, yeah. Yep. I was just a lot smaller scale. You know, they don't have a roster of like every fucking cool band known to man. You know, it's just two dudes that
You got
sold
some
off.
heaters though.
Oh yeah, I mean every band that's on the label rules. But it's nice. It's like it's more. It feels closer. You know what I mean? Like I feel like our rapport is so much closer because it's like we're one of X amount, only a few other bands putting a record out in the same time frame. You know? I remember being on Ferret and like Fox said earlier, is Thursday put out a record the same day as us on the same damn label. Like they're putting out so many.
Poison the well. Poison the well.
So,
Yeah, besides Thursday doesn't like us. So.
sure.
Oh no!
Because we're the other T Day.
No, it was when we played the Sonar in Baltimore. They wouldn't let me go over to watch Minus the Bear. And their tour manager came over. They're like, "Hey, can Thursday get some merch?" I went, "Hey, can Thursday give me some fucking money?"
Whoa.
Needless to say, they didn't get any merch.
It's true.
I kind of got that vibe. Yeah.
But yeah, Ferret's awesome. Good Fight's wonderful. We have nothing but love for those two. So.
Hell yeah. No, and this is just a complete, because I know this will go down a really interesting, hilarious conversation. You brought up Attila. What do you guys feel about Franz running for president?
I mean, can't get that much
Jesus
work.
Christ. You really don't want me talking about that dude.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
I got a question for you guys though that I'm still fixated on. So you
Yes.
guys are talking about deep fried pizza.
Yeah.
Let's jump back on that topic.
Perfect.
So you were talking about Big E. I'm wondering if this is a BIG-E or is it Buggy, BAGEE?
Oh, it's like Big E. It's the Eastern States Exposition. It's a giant fucking
So
fair.
BIG dash
BIG
E.
dash E.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
E.
I've been wondering about this since you said it. I thought it'd be way cooler if it was BAGEE.
Why would
But
it? He said Biggie, not Baggy.
Boogie.
Big E.
How
Perfect.
many pickle boys you had already?
Oh, I'm on my first one. All right. Question answered. We can move on.
All right, awesome.
Great. What is the most vile thing y'all have seen on tour?
I watched Travis shit and puke at the same time at Denny's. That was pretty nasty.
I knew it had to do with poop.
Scooters sitting on top of that some promoter's car, and like, where were we? It was Netherlands or something. Someone like stiffed us on.
Oh, when he
pay,
was super hammered.
Yeah, and like, all right. So here's the story. We're on
just
tour
want
with
pictures of that.
Eternal
Whoa.
and Aeon and Misery Index. And our tour manager was this guy named Tomas, this gigantic. And
Angel.
yeah, he was awesome. Somewhere in Western Europe, I don't remember where, but he comes out and he's all pissed off. Hate Eternal's on at the time, so they were last band of the night, and the dude's like took off or was saying that he wasn't going to be able to pay or something stupid. And the show was like very successful, so it was, obviously we're getting jerked around. So our tour manager was so pissed off, he was literally offering 200 euros to just random people to shit on the promoter's car. So our drunk ass fucking bass player Cooter at the time, like, jumps up on top of this car, whips his fucking pants to his ankles, and like crab style, like tries to sit on top of this car without putting his butt on the windshield. Just watching that whole thing go down was traumatizing, to say the least.
I was gonna say this
I
wasn't
don't
the most
remember any of this.
laugh is when I hadn't showered for about a month, and the drummer of the Secretary smelled my naked butt.
Oh no!
Is that an accident?
What was that?
Was that an accident?
No.
Didn't you give him a shirt?
No, that was a different kid in Terre Haute.
Oh,
He was really upset.
Jesus Christ!
I'd be upset too.
I tried to blow him a kiss, but it didn't quite work out.
It's kind of hard to top poop. You know?
True.
Yeah, but
it's literally waste.
But taking a dump on a promoter's windshield out of country, that is bold. That's bold pooping.
Well, here's the thing: is he didn't actually. Nothing ended up happening, but like it was a college try. Like he was up there grunting, drunk, basically naked, stumbling on top of this car. Like the whole thing was
Oh, I would
traumatic.
have caned that fucking thing.
It was an interesting situation for sure.
That sounds like exactly something my drummer and old guitar player would do if a promoter didn't pay us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get stiffed very often, but when we did, we always found something special to do.
I mean, you gotta.
Right. I mean, it's not like you're trying to stiff the rich here. It's like we're a touring grindcore band, man. Like we didn't have a lot of money. Oh, you can't give us the $40 you made at the door, you fucking piece of shit.
Jesus Christ. This was a door split, you asshole.
Kitchen show that we played to 9 people. Yeah, so
Yeah, those shows are always something.
I love it though. I kind of miss it. As
Same.
much as like actually, making a little bit of money on the road and stuff is fun. Like, man, the idea of like doing a tour again that would be like people's living rooms just sounds fucking incredible.
Oh man, and house shows are something else though. Some of my favorite shows I ever did on tour were house shows.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We've played a house show since we've been back
Oh yeah,
together.
last year. That
Oh
was
hell
fun.
yeah!
I don't know if
super
I'd call
fun.
that a house show.
Yeah, it was like a
A
garage.
garage.
Yeah, it was like a
It was a
stage.
halfer.
Yeah,
Half and half.
yeah.
So house show with perks. Got it.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It was a house show.
The garage was made up to be a venue. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's still cool though.
I thought so.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah. Well, we had a really prolific venue in Connecticut that we used to play out called South Street Stage, and the original one was literally, it's an auto shop now, but it was literally built in like a section of garages, as an auto shop, and it was great. Dude built a stage in
awesome.
there, bathroom with no roof. Most fucked up place ever.
They had a set of stairs that if you walked up just right, you could just see somebody taking a shit.
Yep.
We
That's fantastic.
our first tour to California when Rick was still in the band, we played in Oakland, and
Oh,
the
the
guy
Chop Shop.
this guy sends us the info for the show. I was like, yeah, the venue's called the Chop Shop. And, like, we're not from there, so we're just thinking, like, it's a fucking venue. Like, oh, cool, we're playing a venue. It's called Chop Shop. That's what we were told.
Yeah.
So we get there, and it's like a fucking junkyard.
An actual
with,
chop
like,
shop.
with these weird gates and, like, a dude that opens the gate for you and lets you in. And, like, legit, it was in the middle of this, like, they just scooted the cars to the wall and then wrapped, like, this clear fucking tarp along the walls to, like, basically make a circle in the middle of this chop shop and pulled out a PA and set up a drum kit and was like, all right, let's have a show. And, like,
Oh,
I remember
man.
Rick and I were kind of went and explored for a minute, and we walked in this room that had probably 100 Mini Coupes that were, like,
Oh no!
brand new. Some were vintage, but all really nice that were all tore to pieces.
Oh shit!
It was pretty awesome. And then one of the bands was dumb enough to not park inside the barbed wire fencing. And they came out to their van to literally every window smashed, all their shit stolen.
Oh god!
Isn't it that Elysia band or whatever?
No,
Yeah.
maybe it might
I
have
think
been,
it was
yeah.
that.
No.
My brother had something like that happen in New York where they were parking outside of a venue, and the venue promoter was like, "You definitely don't want to leave your car there." And they had like alley parking in the back, and they were like, "Oh no, it'll be fine." And I think their bass player left his car. He's like, "Nah, I could see it right out the front of the venue." Shit got jacked, dude.
Nope.
Yeah, like the promoter doesn't know. I'm just gonna not listen to the guy who lives here.
Nah, fuck that guy.
Dude, it's crazy, man. Big cities like that, like especially New York. I mean, it could be broad daylight. We were on tour. I think this might have been the Young Guns tour as well. We played the Blender Theater, which is right on Canal, and one of the bands was parked right on the side of that venue at like 4 p.m. in the middle of the day, in the middle of the summer. But he left his book bag with his laptop sitting on the front seat of the van, and somebody just walked by, smashed the windshield, grabbed it, and kept walking.
Snatch and grab.
Dude,
Classic mistake.
yeah, dude.
Classic.
Don't leave that shit out, man. Put that under your seat at least. Make it at least a little difficult. Gosh. We're lucky. We're very thankful. We anytime we stayed somewhere shitty, we usually had one or two of us would just stay in the van.
It's the best way to do it.
We were never in a position that we trust.
Don't fucking jinx it, dude.
Yeah. Well, we don't have the tendency to just stay with whoever. I mean, we're 40s, and we're older now, so like,
Yeah.
we require beds in a hotel. So unfortunately, or fortunately, we don't have to do.
Mandatory.
Yeah. Sleep in a van or sleep at someone's random house that's in a neighborhood that you don't know till you get there what it's going to be like.
Yeah, or you meet somebody at a show that's like, yo, I got a place for you to crash, and you're like, well.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how the situation goes. You know, I mean, we'd be on tour, and they'd be like, we got a place to stay. And we're like, sweet.
Shit.
And then we get there, and we're like, your neighbor's house is boarded up, and the other side has people that's buying meth on their porch. So then, like, you know, our bass player and myself would be like, we're going to just sleep in the van. It's fine. We don't want to inconvenience you. It's nothing to do with the fact that we're scared of leaving our shit out here. But, you know, I mean, you're not going to kiss a what's the phrase? I don't know.
Look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, I mean, we had a free place to stay. So it's not like we're going to, like, be like, oh, never mind. We're too good for this neighborhood. You know, we just fucking toughed it out. But we didn't leave our shit unattended.
I'll kiss the horse.
Why the long face?
Wah, wah.
Yeah, I always got weary about leaving stuff, especially even like our home shows. Like we play like in Hartford, Connecticut, and I'm like, fuck, like it's like 5 minutes down the road from
What do
where
you
we
got to worry
it.
about in Connecticut?
Well, Hartford's a dump.
Yeah, Hartford's a dump.
The Webster Theater. I'm sure you guys have played the Webster Theater. They are right next to like a bunch of halfway crack houses, and people would go missing. Cars would go missing.
You got bullet holes in some of the windows at the venue. Still, you can't go to the Shell station on the corner without some dude trying to sell you crack.
Awesome. I mean, that's cool.
That's
It's a great city.
Yeah, great venue.
Flint.
Played lots of cool shows there, but yeah, it is what it is.
I mean,
Was a
crack
good
sounds
venue.
cool.
Something you don't know about me, Joe Rogan.
You guys got to tour Europe. I mean, that's awesome. How many times have you guys been over there?
Dose.
Twice, yeah. Maybe again someday. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
We got Rick to get a passport, so we're unleashing the beast into the world.
That's gonna be bad.
I have one last bucket list place that I haven't been. I really want to get to Japan, so I hope that this go around that at some point we land a little jaunt over there. That would be really cool. But
There's a lot of cool shit coming out of Japan. Like I forget the name of the band, but they're like a metalcore band, but they're like fully choreographed headbanging, like spins and stuff. And
yeah, dude, everything like that's over there. That's crazy. Like the baby metal stuff came from there, and
oh yeah,
man, that's crazy. Yeah, what's his name from a Second Story Window? Like was living in Japan and writing for baby metal and stuff.
Wait, what?
What's his name?
Derek.
huh.
Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
He still lives in Japan. Yeah.
We just had the current guys on last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're a
and you
bunch
guys are playing a show with them, obviously.
Next week.
Fucking
next- yeah.
bozos.
That's rad. Did they just ask you guys to come on for that show?
No, we had to beg.
Did you?
Perfect. I see it went
No,
well.
They're fun group of dudes to talk to. It's it's cool for us because in 2006, 7, 8, Dan and I were just we were it was basically just local. We weren't going too far out of New England. Maybe Pennsylvania, Ohio, like North Carolina was the farthest we could go because like you guys were doing, it was all self-funded, and the old drummer was the workhorse. He up till 4:00 in the morning every day, sending emails to promoters and bands like you did, and swapping. Oh, we'll give you guys 5 T-shirts to play 2 dates with you. It's awesome to see the names coming back because I've asked a few people a little bit younger than myself. I'm like, oh yeah, we're having these guys on. We're talking to these guys, and they're like, I've never heard of these bands, and I'm like,
Even
but
better.
for us,
It's just like 20 years later all over again.
but at least for myself and a lot of my close friends, it's awesome to see you guys all doing this again. Was there? I know you guys restarted in 2015. Was it just like the itch to do it again, to get the band back together? How did the band end? When you guys broke up in 2009, 2008, something like that?
2010.
2010.
Yeah,
It was 2009.
Yeah, end of 2009, then probably like fallish of 2009.
Late summer. And so,
but
this would be a question for Drew.
For getting back together, like
for writing or getting back together.
Getting back together.
Oh, back in like 2015. For 2015,
that was just purely like, hey, let's fucking play a show. We got an offer.
Yeah,
pretty much.
It was. Don't call it a fest.
Yeah, the band I was in at the time, the guitar player is a promoter and owner of a venue in Detroit called The Sanctuary, which is fucking amazing. He used to throw this fest called Don't Call It a Fest, which sounds ridiculous, but yeah. And he was it was like the third or fourth year he'd done it, and he just asked me if I thought that See You Next Tuesday might want to play, and I asked everybody, and I didn't think Drew would want to, and he was the first one on board. And then it just took Andy and Josh after that, and we were back out of nowhere. It was fucking weird.
I was just boredom, I think, at that point. I don't know. Oh, I got my Robin back. That's what it was. I sold the Robin when we first broke up back in 2009. I was super poor because I invested like everything in the band, and I had to sell a bunch of gear to just make ends meet for the first little while. And I even sold off the main guitar that I played, that pink guitar. And I sold it to a friend of mine, and he told me, he's like, if you ever want it back, it's yours. And, fast forward to 2015 or whatever, and he randomly was looking to get a piece of gear, and I don't even remember how it went down, but I ended up acquiring the guitar for like a couple $100 because I had something else that he wanted. And we kind of did a trade and a little bit of cash, and boom, I had a guitar. So that was basically the big motivator back then, is it just, that guitar made its way back to my life. And I was just like, maybe I should dust the old strings off and do some chicken picking,
Fuck.
Chicken picking. I never heard that. That's a good one.
Oh, no. Seriously?
Yeah, no.
Oh, dude, that's like that's like country shred.
Oh yeah, dude. Chicken pickers are insane, man. I watched
John 5 is excellent at doing that.
Oh yeah, dude. There's man, I can't remember the dude's name. Misha Mansour.
Yeah.
Okay, so he has that Horizon pedals that he has a company of. Anyway, he makes these pedals. They're called Horizon pedals.
Yeah. I'm familiar.
If you want to see this dude that absolutely shreds, one of the Horizon pedals ads, it's on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
He shows off this like metal pedal for, he has his Telecaster and stuff, and he just fucking tears this guitar apart. It's so good. But yeah, the chicken picking is like it's like a hybrid picking, and you add in like these mutes, so you get that kind of sound. Chicken picking.
You're essentially trying to emulate a banjo.
Yeah, kind of, in a way. Yeah, you kind of get those like with that rolling, arpeggiated sound. But yeah, it's fun. The guitar players that, like you said, like the guitar players that are good at it. Oh man, it's impressive to watch. That's for sure.
But yeah, I guess what are the plans that you guys have coming up? Obviously, you had the album that came out. You've been playing shows. What else is on the horizon for you guys?
Well, I mean, we have this new record we just announced this past week. Relapses. It's kind of crazy. It's like a remake of Distractions in a way. Basically, we took the 13 tracks of Distractions, and I reached out to a bunch of different artists that did everything from like electronic to industrial to cyber grind, things of that nature, and gave everybody a song and let them kind of rework it however they saw fit. And then as a band, we did a few songs, remixed or remade a few songs. Um, but yeah, man, it's packed with a bunch of different artists. It's 12 different bands all helped out making this record a thing. So it's really cool. We just released 2 singles, which on Distractions we had 2 like electronic songs. I reverse engineered those into just guitars, drums, and bass, and wrote like these 2 fast grindcore songs. And I got Kyle Medina from Body Snatcher and Rich Lombardi from the Sawtooth Grin to guest vocal on each of the 2 tracks. So that was our 2 first singles. But yeah, man, the rest of the record, it's all over the place. It's it's fast, it's slow, it's distorted, it's heavy, it's not heavy, it's a ton of fun. So that's going to be coming out in February 16th of next year. But we have a couple really cool videos coming up for a couple more singles. So look for those come probably after Christmas. I don't think nothing really happens during the month of December in the music industry. I think pretty much every record label is like, we're gonna just take this month off.
Yeah, it's usually blacked out.
Yeah, which is fine. I am a mailman, so
Oh, fun.
I get busy during that time of year.
Yeah, I could imagine.
But yeah, aside from that, we with a couple of us have jobs that limit us from touring as much as we'd like, but I can't give any details out yet. But just know that we're working on something that's going to get us further out into the U.S. than we have been. So some of the people that are further out, look for something next year. But yeah, I mean, we have a few other things, but again, I don't know what's going to be what we can talk about.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. For
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, just follow us on social media and stuff.
We're going out with Cannibal Corpse.
I fucking wish.
That would be really.
That'd be sick.
We're not that cool.
Talking asked us, but we turned them down.
Well, yeah, they're a bunch of fucking hacks. Come on,
Right on.
Hammett still cries, so
he still goes nuts.
We had a show in Hartford, Connecticut, but I don't know if we're gonna go now.
I just ruined it for everyone that wants to see you guys. Fuck.
Oh no.
Sorry, guys.
Only if Jamie Josta shows up.
It's mosh calls for the whole set. You just hear Josta from the crowd. You can't even do your set.
Totally fine. Have him come up and do fucking Satisfaction lyrics over top of our music.
That'd be an interesting collab. You guys should try to orchestrate.
God damn it. I would fucking love that so much.
It'd be a lot of fun to probably do and a lot of fun to fucking hear.
Yeah. It'd just be us drunk laughing the whole time. And or stoned.
Yeah, both.
Anyway.
Just fucked up in general. Right on, guys. we appreciate you guys coming on, and we're stoked for you guys for all the stuff coming up. We hope that
Yeah, sorry to be so coy about it. We're a really cryptic band, man. We like to be all sneaky and stuff. So
no, it's
just follow. You know, if you're interested in weird shit, then just follow us on Instagram. See you next Tuesday, grind.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well, thank you guys again for
Thank you.
hopping on and hanging
Thanks.
out.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us, guys. This was fun.
It's been a real pleasure.
I don't think Jimmy talked at all.
He was.
Do you guys have any questions for Jimmy?
Yeah, ask our drummer something. He got a brand new snare. Have him tell you about it. I'm really excited about it. It's really cool.
Jimmy, talk about something.
Yeah,
I'm wearing pants.
Yeah.
There we go.
No, you're not.
he's wearing
Jeans on.
jeans.
No, he's not.
Hold on, I'm gonna
I
send
need
you.
photo
I
proof.
got it.
All right, your
I need
picture
photo proof.
incoming.
It's actually awful.
Yeah, the moment I saw it, I was upset.
You ready? Here it
I'm
comes.
thinking we should get you some overalls.
Fuck
That
yeah.
would be like I wouldn't bat an eye at that.
It wouldn't be too much different from where I'm
No shirt required.
Yeah. Let that thing hang.
Oh, I just got photo proof. Open up phone. Holy shit! He's wearing jeans right now.
Dude, it's
Wow.
weird.
Wow. Wow.
Fingers crackle.
In a button-up shirt. God
I know.
damn,
Doesn't he
you
look
good,
like he
buddy.
just got off the fucking foreman job?
We're just gonna have a conversation on your podcast
That's
about
fine.
Jimmy wearing jeans right now. God damn,
Jimmy
you are
is
a
a person-
good-looking guy.
Hey, thanks.
There we go.
Got done working 80 hours down at the construction plant.
Yep.
The construction plant.
Yeah, you know, he makes the construction things. It's fine.
That supervisor for school
Where they
time.
make the constructions.
Set supervisor for school time.
For tools.
No, you're in Ohio. What's the town boy one?
Thanks for spinning
Callahan.
Callahan Auto.
Yeah, Callahan. Yeah,
Perfect.
wearing pants is weird. I hate it.
That's why he's Jim today. If you look at the names on this little program we're on, it says Drew, Rick, and Jim.
When he's
Jimmy's
wearing
never
jeans,
wearing
his
pants.
name gets changed to Jim.
It's when it gets changed to Jim. Yes, that is a law.
What happens when we give him overalls?
Jimbo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jimbo. Okay.
Jimbo.
What do you mean?
What about
Jim-
sweatpants?
Jimbo.
Sweatpants, he's back to Jimmy for sure.
Dirty Jimmy.
Jimmy the Dingy.
Dangling James.
You can call him
Dangling James.
Bojangle.
Perfect. I love it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Listen on Spotify where you can follow and rate the show. If you prefer YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell so you have updates for full episodes and exclusive clips.
Find all of these links at our link tree. That's www.linktr.ee/Tales from the Soundcheck podcast.
And stay tuned for more news, future merchandise updates, and coming soon, our Patreon, arriving in 2024.
If you have any comments, questions, or booking inquiries, please send us a message on Instagram at Tales from the Soundcheck podcast.
Or shoot us an email at talesfromthesoundcheckpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks again for listening. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. find all of these links at our link tree, and that's at www.linktr.ee/Tales from the Soundcheck podcast.
Listen on Spotify, where you can follow and rate the show. And if you prefer YouTube, don't forget to hit that little bell and subscribe to our channel for full episodes and exclusive clips.
If you have any comments, questions, or booking inquiries, please send us a message on Instagram at Tales from the Soundcheck podcast.
And stay tuned for news, future updates about our Patreon, which is arriving in 2024. Or shoot us an email at talesfromthesoundcheckpodcast@gmail.com.